Hello, hello, my dashers. It is Sunday at 7 p.m. CDT. How you doing out today? So guess where I'm at? Fuzzy made it out of the garage. I'm still at Dasherville, but she finally made it out. So she's getting ready to, I got to clean her up, get her all taken care of, and get her ready for the beet harvest, which I will be leaving in 2 weeks to go to the beet harvest in North Dakota. Let's see. Oh, Carol's in the house. Oh, hello, everyone. I'm on the road. Well, please be careful out there, Carol. You and Jessica can't talk, just listening. Well, we love you. Mwah. Please be careful. Please, please be careful. Hey, 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 my brother from another mother. Yo, what's up? What's up? You're in Virginia now. Did you try Iggy's in Warwick? Everybody's saying who woohoo. I know. She made it out of the garage. Oh my gosh. I had taken so much out of Fuzzy and actually using it in Dasherville that, oh my gosh, I have to put everything back now because I'll be at the beet harvest. We're scheduled for a month. So I need to put everything back. I need to, and it's going to be colder weather. So I need to change out for winter. And oh my God, Fuzzy is literally, and I have to get her oil changed because she's been sitting for 3 months and I have to get her registered because the registration, went out. There's so much that she has to do in for the next 2 weeks. So I'm ready for the beet harvest. So give me a thumbs up. You can guys can hear me okay. Pictures are good. Everything is hopefully because Starlink is a working. Starlink's on the roof actually. Um, so yay. I got a better signal. Let's see what we got. No, I'm in Tennessee. Oh, you're in Tennessee now. What? Mo's here on time. Janice. What's the plan? Are you keeping both vehicles? Yes. Okay. So there has been a lot of back and forth. Do I want to sell it? Do I not want to sell it? Do I want to sell it? Do I not want to sell it? And so, which is the reason why for this chat today. Um, I have been doing DoorDash, Uber Eats slash Uber Eats to make some extra money, to pay the bills or whatever. And honestly, it's not cutting it. And it's more wear and tear on the car. So my plan is to actually do remote work. So I have enlisted headhunters and, going on in LinkedIn on the professional side just to do remote work, which I can do, and uh, return sort of halfway to the corporate world, but more or less remote only. Like if I'll be working in Quartzsite and then I'll be working in Wisconsin or whatever. But, like Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, I work. So, in whatever time zone my employer is. So, I'm looking more data entry or other thing else because honestly, okay, there used to be a time where you could make a good income, and there are some places that you can. Like if you're in the city or close to a big city, like if I were to go to Houston and work 40 hours, yeah, I could make it. But it's downtown Houston. Driving in downtown Houston is not conducive to making any money. If you're on a bike or a courier or this or that, that's more, that you can do 5 floors at a time because it is a city, or a suburb that is relatively busy. My closest city is Livingston, and during the week, I'm lucky for, 5 or 6 hours, I make $40. Now, granted, that helps with the groceries and everything else. And if I make 30, $40 every day for 5 days, that's still 120, but we're talking, I need car payments and stuff like that. And I need to eat. And, gas is expensive and yada, yada, yada. It's not worth it. So, yeah, I'm sort of going back into it where I'm going to have a steady paycheck and I'm going to keep both vehicles. I I owe so little left on it that it for me to sell it and then get, something that has 125,000 miles on it, 5,000 point A to B, it just doesn't make sense, because this one only has 45,000 on it and I know what's been done to that car. So I'm kind of like, okay, the maintenance has been on it. It's already scheduled for its transmission flush, for its 50,000 transmission flush and radiator flush, new brake pads, things like that, things that, the normal maintenance on it. So I'm like, I think I'm going to keep it. Thumbs up, yay. On time for a change. The Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Recovered yet from Burning Man? Heading towards it, towards the Smokies. Smokies are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. So if you see my eyes going down, I'm looking at the comments. Everybody's saying hi. Um, I have to put my glasses on. Nope, that ain't gonna work either. Okay, you don't really want to keep both vehicles, do you? Double insurance seems unnecessary. Well, here's the thing. If I start getting the regular paychecks and so on and so forth and make, the double payments because now I don't have a mortgage, um, I only owe so little on it that, it's kind of like it'll be done and over with, and I can drop the insurance of the comprehensive and everything else for it. Um, and I pay fuzzy, upfront for a whole entire year. So I get a discount for that and discount for my military and discount for good driving because I've had no tickets or accidents um, in 5 years. So, uh, oh, it was brutal with the winds. Taking my time cleaning the playa. I think quartzite's next. Quartzite. I think it's still hot though in quartzite. I don't know. But I have been, DoorDash is good if you want it for just like grocery money or fun money. But if you're looking to make it a full-time income where you can pay, your car payments and, all the other things that you need to pay, um, one, you're gonna have to bust your butt. Two, you're gonna have to be in a city that actually is busy because the closest city to me is not. It's only busy on Saturday. Like Saturday, I can make $100 in like, 4 hours. It's great, and if I sign up for an 8-hour shift, I have $200 on a Saturday. That's good. But that's it. The rest of the week, it's nothing. Nobody orders anything. So it's like I'm wasting my time. So looking more or less for remote jobs, data entry, even if I have to go back to executive assistants or just an administrative assistant, not necessarily an executive assistant. Very, full time. That seems to be okay with me. But can you make it? No, not really. What does it say here? Oh, this thing is starting. Oh, I love. Um, I'll go in January. Yeah, I'll be going in January too. So I'll be in Quartzsite for, I believe, January, February, and March. I plan on staying there 3 months around the area. So, I'll make a trip to San Diego to see some friends, San Francisco to see some friends, come back to Quartzsite. Um, but I'll be out there for at least 3 months, and I'll probably come back to Dasherville for a month or so, and then I'll continue on. I'll probably go see my kids in June or July, maybe spend a month there and, do it that way. So, kind of looking forward to seeing where I go. I want to do the Route 66 though, from Texas all the way to Canada. So, yeah, we'll see. Um, yes, it does include the tips. It's the ride and the tips. I actually, yesterday was the funniest thing ever. Now, I had made over, I want to say 160 yesterday, and I didn't quite make 200, but it was 160 yesterday. And the last order, the people who made the order forgot hash browns, and she really ordered just because she wanted to get the hash browns. So she texted me and said, there's no hash browns. I said, I already signed off. I was going to go home. I said, okay, let me just go back because it wasn't very far from where she was. Okay, well, let me go back and get it and come back and deliver it. So I did, and I got there. They says, "Oh, we didn't add that. No, we didn't make that. Oh, let me make really quick make that up." Just most dashers wouldn't go back and yada yada yada. And I said, "Well, I'm already signed out, and yeah, I'm just gonna go home, But I want to make it right. Oh, we thank you, whatever." So I deliver it, and she hands me a $20 bill as a tip, and I'm like, "No, you already tipped me on the app." And he goes, "No, I really wanted the hash browns. It's the only reason why I ordered." And then of course, they gave her free meals and free drinks and stuff like that. She says, "And here, take these coupons because I'm not from here, so I'm never going to use them." And so she gave me her free meals and tickets that they gave her. Now, okay. So not only did I get 20 bucks cash, but I got two free meals and two drinks for free. Cool. Things like that are crazy. Normally, I don't get cash money. Normally, it's all on the app. But yesterday, I think I made $30 in cash tips, and that's unheard of. Unheard of. Yeah, it is. It's pathetic, actually. Um, People don't tip. They want, the standard $2 for 14 miles. I'm not doing it, you know. If it's not at least $1 a mile, it's not worth my time because I gotta go back to where I started because that's where that's where all the orders are from. So I gotta go back to where I started. So it's like a round trip. So even if at $1 a mile, it's still really only 50, the government gives you 50, I think it's 56 cents a mile. No, 59 cents per mile went up. If I don't at least get that for the round trip, I don't take the order. And, like I said, $2 for 14 or 18 miles, 48 minutes of your time for $2, I don't think so. That's not happening. I agree with you. It is dead. Before in the day you could do it and make it. I used to do driving for Uber, and I made a good income from like May until January. So all the like 8 months or whatever, I was making, and I was doing it 40 hours a week, and I was making money. But now, just not happening. I never use any of those apps. I mean, it is convenient, don't get me wrong, but I always make sure I find out how far the restaurant is to where I am, and I always tip at least $1 to $1.50 per mile. because I know, they're independent contractors and I know, you know, um, you just don't make money anymore. And the money I make for DoorDash is mostly for my groceries or, gas or, things like that for the pups. But I haven't made enough to really pay any of the decent bills. Um, I had a good work. Yeah, I did. I did. That guy tipped me $70. It's a strange thing. Like I never expect cash tips. I don't. And when it happens, it's like, uh, are you sure? And this lady, she tipped me already at least $1.50 per mile, and then she handed me $5 cash. Okay. You already tipped me on the app. He goes, yeah, but I tip again in cash. Okay, I'm not gonna refuse it, but wow, you know, somebody who gets it. So yeah. I ordered Domino's pizza a couple months ago and I already put on the tip on the yeah, ordered $5. I live in a gated area, so he drove up to my building, called me if he wanted to come out. Hey, Crystal, to come out and get it. I said I tipped you $5 to bring it to my door. Yeah, usually that's what they're supposed to do. Usually when you go in the app, it'll have an area where you can put the gate code key. So the driver just puts in the key, it opens up the door and then opens up the gate, and then they drive it to you, and you know most of the time it's leave at the door. So they got to leave it, take a picture of it, and then they leave. That's the way it's supposed to be. Sometimes I've had to call them and say, can you let me in? I'm here, and I drive in and I drop it off at the door. You're supposed to. But that Domino driver probably wasn't DoorDash. Crystal saying hi to everybody. Crystal en la, oh, not en la, adventures. Hola, mi amiga. I can't believe the people don't tip Uber drivers. They don't. Well, they don't. I don't know if they do Uber, but Uber Eats drivers, they don't. And they don't, they expect the $2 for 14 miles. Which is the standard driver fee, okay, is $2. And they don't tip anything extra. And I'm like, you're out your mind. Good luck finding somebody who's going to take that because nobody's going to take it. They only take half of what, yeah, exactly. That's why I don't do Uber anymore. I don't do Uber Eats that much. I only do it if I can't get on to DoorDash. Even DoorDash, I think they're making out more than me. Um, but I raised my acceptance rate to like 61 and I've been getting some decent orders. Not gonna lie. Yesterday was kicking. I mean, I wasn't getting the $2 14-mile trip. I was getting the $10 5-mile trip or 4-mile trip or $13 for 5 miles. I'm like, yes, I'll take that all day long. All day long. So that has a lot to do with it. That if you accept over 50% of the orders that come your way, you get high priority, so the higher paying tips, trips you get, supposedly. And I did get a couple yesterday. Was already on the complex. He already cleared the gate. Yeah, yeah, he's supposed to. It's either hand it to the customer or leave it at the door. Get out your vehicle. I haven't seen you in so long. Uber and Lyft yeah, they do. I stopped doing Uber when they took too much of the tip because I knew a person who had tipped me, and I think who had tipped me $10, and I think I got $3 out of that $10. And I know that they tipped me $10. It's like when the tips were all supposed to come to me. And then when I saw it was only $3, well, where did the other seven go? So I stopped driving, and even Uber Eats. I don't like to do Uber Eats. I'm not gonna lie. Fall's coming. Janice. Yeah, as much as I had hoped DoorDash could supplement the income, to at least pay for, one of the car payments or something, and it's just not happening. I mean, I'm making enough to get food into the house, pay the electric bill maybe, or, smaller bills, but not enough to make, either of the car payments. Now, granted, I don't have anymore, thank God. Um, so that is my reasoning. I was going to sell Rickshaw. I had actually two people, last week, message me about, inquiring about buying her. And then I just made up the mind to say, you know what? If I got a regular job that had regular income coming in all the time, remote only, um, because back in the day when I tried to do this, it wasn't common. But now, since everything that happened, okay, remote work is second nature. It's now part of the workforce. So if it's not full time remote, I'm not interested. So, and I have a lot to offer. And yeah, so that means I have to work 8 to 5, but I'd have to work 8 to 5 anywhere else. But I could be in courtside 8 to 5, and at 5 o'clock when it's over, it's my time, and the weekend is mine, just like normal. So yeah, I might have to be in the rig or whatever, but I'm okay with that, honestly. But it guarantees me a paycheck. And, until I can get more money saved up so I can build out the interior of Dasherville so I can actually have a home instead of just a garage building. Um, until those are done, I think that is my better way to go. I mean, what are your thoughts? What do you think? Yeah, I'm definitely be there. I will definitely be there. I hope to see you too, Janice. That'll be nice. Oh, Janice is coming. Woof woof. To hang with. Judy's not coming? Never used an Uber or Lyft either. I have when I'm at the airport. Like when I went to go to Harry Potter Universal Studio, I took an Uber to and from the hotel. Um, it's cheaper than a taxi. I'm going to tell you that much. When I go on cruises, the same thing. I will take an Uber or a Lyft to the port from the airport or the hotel because it is cheaper than a taxi. I will tell you that much. Um, so I do those. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, and I tip cash. I tip cash as well because you're given that option. I mean they don't really charge your card until the end of the trip because then they know how many miles you went or if any tolls happen or yada yada yada. So they really don't. And then they ask, do you want to leave a tip? So if I left cash, I'd be like, no tip, um, given to driver or something. I don't say cash given to driver because then that's a record that, they would have to use for their W-2. So I just say, you know, I usually don't put anything. I just say zero, and I know that I got tipped. They know they got tipped. That was good for me. I still call yellow cab. Yeah, I mean, but cabs are more expensive, believe it or not, than Uber. And, they pay per They pay time more than miles. So if you're stuck in traffic, you're still paying. And I think it's every uh, I said every certain many minutes or something like that, you get charged. So I'm like, if you're stuck in traffic, you're paying a lot for that trip. Whereas Uber is one set price and, that's it. I think it's a great plan. I think so too. I mean, even if I work remote for another year or so, just enough to get monies to build out stuff and, pay things off more instead of having to dip into savings or anything else any more than I already have. To me, I think that's more logical because I still have a few years left, before I hit Social Security where, I can get a check. And by that time, all the things will be paid off. So I might just have to go back, but in a remote capacity. I don't think I'm not going to do sticks and bricks. I don't want to be tied down to one location. So remote work it is. And there's so many different. There's data entry, there's administration, there's executive assistant, there's you know, so many remote jobs out there. I mean, even if, you're hired to analyze something or AI or this or that, I'm a very technological person that could land something like that. So to me, and it would be fun and I'd get paid. So, okay, instead of driving around rickshaw, putting more wear and tear on the car that should be. So I'm like, I don't want to do that because I love rickshaw, especially like when I was doing stuff and I got tired, I could pull over and take a nap. Or I stopped somewhere and I don't want to go in the restaurant because the restaurant is either busy or filthy, but the food is okay, or or something like that. I could eat in the van because I have a table, a chair, I got a fridge, I got whatever I wanted. If I could go hang out at a park, cook myself something to eat, and move on. Um, so having rickshaw as a runaround car is nice. But Fuzzy is too big to do any of that. She's too big for DoorDash. It's a waste of gas, first of all. Uh, you know, Rickshaw gets 29, 32 miles per gallon, where Fuzzy here gets 18 to 20 if I'm lucky. So, and that's highway cruising. So, yeah, I'll stick to rickshaws, the A and B. And then if I have cargo, I put the bed down and I've got that whole cargo area to put things in. So to me, I think keeping the both of them, it just makes sense to me. If I have a small trip or a small gathering with somebody, I can always take rickshaw like I did for Rhode Island. I knew I was going to be in there, stay a week or two, and then come back right away. It wasn't a explore kind of thing or just leisurely taking my time. So I took rickshaw and it was like in and out, you know. Whereas Fuzzy's more of a because I'll be at the beet harvest for over a month, so I'm gonna be there, have my heat, and it's a home. I can relax in here. It's spacious enough, and I can move around. I can cook. I can shower and everything else more freely in Fuzzy than I can in rickshaw. Do you really want a full time, even remote? Yeah, I mean, first I'm going to look for part time and see how much. If it's enough to make my bills for the month, then yes, I will do part time in a heartbeat. I would prefer that because that will still give me more time to work on other things like the YouTube channel. Um, and, I would prefer part time versus full time, but it has to be something that's more of a steady income than DoorDash. I'm just not making it on DoorDash anymore. And it's just too much wear and tear on the car and not really worth it. So 20 hours, it doesn't have to be full time. Absolutely. The best thing that I have going for me is I don't need medical. What nomad do you know need that, right? I at least have the VA where I can get medical. if something were to happen to me. And the best part is in any state, in any clinic, any VA hospital, any VA clinic, I will be seen. So to me, I'm kind of the fortunate ones that I don't have to worry about medical that way. So it's beneficial for me to um, do part time because I don't need the medical benefits like some others may. So if the part time pays enough to cover bills, then yeah, I will do part time in a heartbeat. Absolutely. Things don't have to be full time. Is there other benefits you want? No, it's just benefits of making sure I have a steady income so I can put some in savings to build up and complete my home at Dasherville, to pay off Rickshaw, and things like that without having to dip into savings or other investments. Um, because that can go quick, you know, that can go really quick. But if you have just even, some money coming in that's on a consistent basis that you're going to get, then to me, that's worth it. So again, I would prefer part time, you know, but I'm not prone if the numbers are right and it doesn't, take the time, whatever, I would do full time. Uh, yeah, exactly. Isn't that the truth? They text it so many times, it's not even funny. Exactly. It's by time. Yep. And it's bad that they do. That's why cash is always great because it's under the table. Nobody knows about it. I do that also with servers in restaurants. I don't leave a tip on the card. I will pay cash because then they don't have to claim it. It's all under the table because it's cash. There's no written record of it. So I don't tip on the card. I don't tip, well, if I do Uber Eats or whatever, see, I get like a $15 credit every month from my American Express. So if I order Uber Eats or DoorDash or something for myself, you know, I will leave it on there, but I prefer to leave just the cash. Cash is the tip. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sitting in Fuzzy, and um, okay, that's the pop top. That's the top of Rickshaw. Let me see if you can. That's the top of Rickshaw right there. My head, with me sitting, is already at the top of Rickshaw. Let me see. Rickshaw's right next to me. So now you can see how different it is. Oh, okay. So that is how much higher and how wider. Like I couldn't, I can't do the. I'd be hitting the sides already in rickshaw. But this one I actually have to lean over to hit each side. That's how big she is. Hey, Graham's back. Hey. Yay. Where was a young man from Australia that painted his bum like a dolly of colors, true red, white, and blue, but the flowers was a failure. Oh my God. Where was he? were true red, white, and blue, but the smell of that flower was a failure. I think it would be. Uh, yeah. So can you make? No, you can't. Not unless you're in a good area that has a lot of traffic and that, use the app. People during the day or during the week in Livingston don't use DoorDash or Uber Eats. So therefore, I mean, I'm lucky if I get 2 or 3 orders for like 4 hours and they're not good. They're $3 for 14 miles. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it because it's actually 28 because I got to get back to after the 14 miles. So I'm like, no, I don't take it. Um, Luckily, I've been getting really good ones that all of a sudden my rate is like 61. I was 47, at the beginning of the week, or 46. 46 at the beginning of the week, and I'm at 61 because all the orders that they kept giving me were decent. Okay. What time is it there? Let's see. 7:37 CT, so it's what, 8:30? 8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. Monday. I think. I'm not sure. Well, let's just see, shall we? What's the time in? Oh, sorry, it's 10:30 a.m. Monday in Sydney, at least. 5:38 in Reno, yes. But it's 10:30. 10:30 in the morning. Even with 81% rating, I'm still getting shitty orders. I, you know, I have to agree with Mo Bang. Tim, my brother from another mother, you're my inspiration, dude. Just cash in everything and just go to town. Screw everything and say, but I've got Dasherville to finish out. So I've got, things that I still have to do here and still have to pay for. So once that's done and I get everything cleared out, you bet I'm going to be like, my idol, my brother from another mother, and just see ya. Uh, so I quit. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm about to do the same. Well, 100% Mo, because of the crappy orders. The $2 for 20 miles. I had one for $2 for 21 miles. I was like, is this guy nuts? No one will ever take that. Ever. Not in Illinois. You're barely passing. Yeah, $3 for 15 mile. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. It's insane. It's like, no, I'm not taking it. It's not worth it. Not worth it. And normally, like, depending on where it is, it's like 48 minutes of your time for $3 for 15 miles. And they give you an estimated time from the time you pick it up to delivery. And it's like 43 minutes. You want it $3 for 43 minutes of my time? No, not happening. And 14 miles, which turns into 28 because I got to come back to that area. Sometimes I'm lucky, but when I'm on the way back, I get another order. But most times, I come back to the area in order to pick up another order. So it ends up being twice the miles. That's platinum. My behind. Yeah, right? Right? Platinum, my behind. Platinum's anything over 75% rating. I got 61, so I'm a what, silver. I'm silver. Yeah, right. Like that makes a difference. 80 is the new A. Yeah, it seems like it, right? Yeah, welcome to, shoot, that was just becoming a B in my day. You're like on the cusp of a C plus to a B minus. That was a total B minus. Well, it depends. Like, why would I order something that's 15 miles away? Like Chick-fil-A. There's only a certain, Chick-fil-A is very picky on where their restaurants go. And so, like the Chick-fil-A that I'm close to, there's one that's south of me 30 minutes away and one that's north of me, 20 minutes away. But there's none near me at all. Those are the closest ones. But if I really want that, I'd put in an Uber Eats for it. But nobody's going to take it if you just, pay $3 for it. So if you put in $8 or $9, usually, like I say, if it's 15 miles away, it's $15 tip because at least it's $1 a mile. Because if I do a back and forth, that's at least 50 cents a mile. Okay. So that's the only reason that I could think of. Yeah. what what's cooking for in the kitchen on Wednesday at an ungodly. Well, here's the thing. 1 o'clock is 11 o'clock PST and it's 2 o'clock EST. So it's right still in the beginning of lunch for Pacific time and the end of lunch for Eastern time. So that's why I picked 1 o'clock because 12 o'clock would be Mountain, 11 o'clock would be Central, 1 o'clock is 1 o'clock is Central, 11 PT, and 2 o'clock in Eastern time. So that's why I say 1 o'clock because it's lunch. It's when you're supposed to have lunch. It'll be a late lunch for the East Coast, but still lunch. What am I cooking? What's cooking? I think we decided we were going to try a stir fry, right? We're going to have some stir fry. I might make rice though. No, it sounds kind of weird to have rice and ketchup, but trust me, when you add the ham, the peas, the eggs, the onions, it's really good. And then you put it in like an omelet. It's really good. I don't know. It's either going to be a stir fry or rice. Rice omelet. No consideration for those that live in Hawaii. Well, you know what? That's what replays are for. I mean, seriously. Can't please everyone. Chick-fil-A's within 3 miles. Never been to either. Oh, they've got some really good. I love their spicy chicken sandwich with 12-piece nugget with the honey mustard. Yum. I like their spicy chicken sandwich. Yeah. Ugh. Walgreen order an ungodly hour of 1 a.m. Oh, yeah. Actually, somebody must have been having some medical issues, some female medical issues, uh, because I came out with some cranberry juice, some other medications for such, and I'm like, oh, somebody's having a bad day. And you know, but it was like really good money for like 3 miles. So I was like, okay, I'll pick it up. I stopped doing shop and deliver um, because they just don't pay. They really don't pay. I had one order. It literally was on the other side of the Walmart parking lot. And it was an okay, like an okay tip. And I thought, oh, it's just right across the parking lot. No big deal. It was 12 items. Okay. 12 2-gallon apple juices, 3 flights of stairs. That was the order. They didn't want to carry it up the stairs. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, and because it was literally just across the parking lot from a Walmart that they bought it from. And like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Oh, there's so much you can do with ramen. That's a good idea. And it's so easy too. Yeah, Janice, that's actually a very good idea. Stir fry or a ramen. Because ramen is such a good base soup. There's so much you can do. So I'm gonna have to think about that one. Only certain one. Yeah, same with anyone. And I think there's only one open in this per city that's like 24 hours, and the rest of them all have to close by a certain time. Love the rice and ketchup. Oh, see, Deb's. It's called Om rice. See, Deb has eaten mom's Om rice. Thinking about me, they're asking about whether to make Om rice or to make ramen dish or stir fry. So which one you think, Deb? Om rice. And doing sausage with noodles, sausage with chives and noodles in ramen. And then we've got, probably a chicken vegetable stir fry with peas and onions and egg. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that was not. Yeah, that I haven't had one that bad. I'm not kidding. This is in the house. Yes, ramen. Everybody knows ramen, and it's a pretty good. That's a pretty good. There's also the Japanese curry. Oh yeah, well, I mean, Deb hates it. She hates curried beef. Um, but that one takes a long time. I mean, I am not going to lie on that. That would have to be a two-parter. Um, or that one would actually have to be a video because it's just so much involved. It's not so much that it's involved, it's the time that it takes. Like it takes 3 hours just to cook the beef. Um, but when it's said and done, it is so good. It's like fall apart meat, and it's got potatoes, onions, carrots, curry. You put that over some white rice. Ooh, yeah. Rice, easy peasy. I like the egg. You don't. Yeah, see, I told you. I already let you know. My sister likes it with the egg. I don't. I eat it plain. I eat the guts. Internet connection's terrible. Oh, we still love you though, Graham. Two type rice wrap need to keep you away from the frying type of egg rolls. Curry. She don't like curry at all. I told you guys. Oh yeah, all the time. I would do probably Johnsonville better cheddars with some chives, some soy sauce, some tongarashi. Put that in with a uh, the creamy top ramen noodles. It makes a great little soup. Uh, and then it's got a little zing from the Japanese spices, the tongarashi, and the soy sauce. Just so good. But you have to fry up the sausages. You can't just, boil them up. That's not going to work. Market corner on. Yes. Oh, yes, he does. But he air fries them now. He doesn't fry them. And they're good. No, I don't. You always got to put something. See? Air fry. That's right. Well, Janice, don't say anything until you try them. Because honestly, they're really good. That does goat curry. I'd be giving it a flocking would be an understatement. Flocking. Well, they make curry out of everything. Middle East, mostly they don't eat pork, so it's usually meat or chicken or, um, fish is kind of hard because it needs some substance, otherwise it just dissolves into the curry. So it needs to have some kind of substance and sorry about that. Satellite readjustment, guys. It actually wasn't bad. Yeah. Well, here's the best part. The reason why it takes 3 hours for the meat is because uh it cooks that long. So you could buy the most crappiest and cheapest meat ever. And as long as you cook it for that long, it'll fall apart in your mouth. And that's the reason why that this particular recipe takes forever because it's usually just cheap meat. And with the cheap meat, you just if it cooks for over 3 hours, something 4, 5, it literally will fall apart in your mouth. Uh, should work the way through the menu, but I just can't get past the goat curry. uh, Mapo is that Chinese tofu mapo. Dofu. Oh, mapo is the dish. In Chinese is dofu. Thank God for pressure cookers. Yes, you can put in the pressure cooker. It will cut the time in half. Yeah. Well, down to 30 minutes. I don't know about 30 minutes, but it does cut down. Like instead of 3, it'll be an hour. Once you get past the sand. Yeah. Yeah, but everything there is in sand. Well, not Africa. I mean, if you go to the Amazonians, down south, it's probably better, but yeah, they've got the huge desert up north. But yeah, so we've got rice, we've got stir fry, and we've got ramen. So, what you think we should make on Wednesday? Curry, I can do in a video. It's just too long to do it for an hour. See, sometimes there's no escape. Hey, if a windstorm comes, man, and you're hungry, you'll eat anything. Sand in my food. Well, it depends if you also get oysters or sand in there. Oysters or clams or anything like that. Clams have a lot of sand in it all the time. Or mussels. Yep, I don't know how anyone had any animals in or enamel in their teeth. Mm, that's kind of rough. That is really kind of rough. But yeah, so that pretty much is what's going on. Um, I guess another decision made, just being able to not concentrate so much on DoorDash. Looking, I can't really do anything right now because I have already committed to doing the beet harvest, which is, only 2 weeks away to which when I leave to go up to Drayton. Well, actually, I'll be in Minnesota, which is 20 minutes away from Drayton from the actual piling site. Um, I'll be staying in the Minnesota in an RV park. So it's got showers and, laundry and everything that I need, electricity, water, even dump station, the whole 9 yards. So, and it's mostly for Class Bs. So I've already committed to that since March. So I keep my word. And once I am there, you work 12 hours, you have 12 hours off. Well, I usually only sleep about 5. So the other time I will be either looking for part time first, excuse me, looking for remote only part time, but also I am not dismissing full time either. So whatever good job that fits me with the likes that I have, because now I can choose. There's so many remote jobs between AI, data collection, data services, admin, executive admin. I mean, I have so much inside of about, voiceovers. I could do voiceovers for companies and things like that. There are so many different remote jobs out there to do that it's such a different generation of working. So I will definitely be doing that when I'm going to start to set up or align interviews. I do have a cruise at the second week of November, and then I will be home for the holidays and in courtside in January, February, March. So that is what it's looking at. Let's see. I think I'm here. I'll go the stir fry. Graham wants a stir fry. The flatbread was delish. Also had, I was in the Sierra. Yeah, Sierra Desert. Go away with free beets. You should pickle some. I don't know. I mean, they're huge. I mean, they're like huge. I, I don't know. I don't know if I will or not. Beetroot cake. Well, this is a sugar beet. So this is more that they use, all the table sugar that you have, if it comes from American sugar, it is from the beets, not from cane sugar. Cane sugar is usually South America. and beet sugar is here in the States. Now you can't. Ugh, I don't know. Never canned. Canning was never. I was never good at it. Night, Tim. It's late for you, man. Thanks for. Thanks for. Is it that time? Oh God, it is. Jeez, having a good old time, huh? Oh, yeah. That's another thing. We should do some baking on the cooking channel. Oh yeah. Be say good night, my brother. I'll talk to you soon. I'll give you a call. You get no mo. But he's up at like 5 a.m. doing, biking around town at 5 a.m. in the morning. Don't want to see dried out sultaner when you finish. Cover up completely for the beet harvest. Yeah, well, it's going to be, colder. So that's why Fuzzy had to come out of the garage because I got to make sure that her heater works, the propane's filled. I mean, there's a lot. I have to get her re-registered because her registration expired in June, but she's been in the garage, so I've never used her. And believe it or not, first time it popped off. Hasn't been ran in 3 months and popped off like that. I was like, thank you. And she's fully charged. Her batteries are charged. In fact, let me see. Still, it's still saying charge, but it's overcharged. So it's kind of weird because it was in the sun today. So, yeah, I'm trying to use up the electricity so it will stop. Go back to 100% because it was overcharged. So I'm trying to dispel some of the power that it was. But other than that, she popped off real well. So I got to get an oil change because she's been sitting for 3 months, and just get her re-registered, get her packed up because literally everything in here is for summer. So I got to take everything out and put everything for winter. Now, granted, right now in Drayton, it's like 80 degrees during the day, but it's 54 at night. So, and that's right now. Now, give it 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to be, 50 as a high and low 40s or something like that. So, I definitely have to make sure, I bring my, snuggies no matter what happens. So that's all going to come back out, my shawl that I have, all the things that I like to wear, my snuggly shawl, and Zeus will be coming with me. But Lucky will be staying with Auntie for the month because I'm not supposed to have a pet. But Zeus is so quiet. They're not going to know he's there. Literally, he'll be, underneath the covers, and he doesn't bark at anybody coming near the van or anything. So he just sleeps. And so he's my cuddle buddy, and he comes with me. So that's what's going on. Nope, not red beets. They're brown, and they're huge. They're huge. Watching the grandkids. Good night. Buenas noches, amiga. Take care. Well, that does it again this week, guys. So basically, is DoorDash worth it? No. It was in the day, but it really isn't worth it for, trying to make a full-time income. You really have to bust your butt, and you really have to get a market that actually has a lot of business in order to make any kind of decent money. But if you're out in the sticks, don't. It's not going to work. So find a remote job that you can do. And now that I have Starlink on the roof and I'm able to do just about anything anywhere, yeah, happy about that. So thanks for watching, guys. I know it's about that time. So want to come out and give you my 2 cents on, the whole DoorDash, Uber Eats. Is it really worth it? No, I really don't. So take care out there. I know Carol's driving. Carol, please be careful. Love you, Jessica. and Carol. And yeah, Tim, have a great sleep. Brenda, Crystal, Janice, y'all are my peeps. You're my dashers. So take it easy, stay safe this week, and as always, stop dreaming it and start living it. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.